Hello, it is Foundation Friday the 13th of May 2022. Steve Sipress here with another in our multi-part series on the fantastic foundational book, The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. David J. Schwartz. Go out and get yourself a copy. Don't wait for me to go through the whole book, even though that's what I'm going to do here on Foundation Fridays. You ought to be going through this over and over yourself. Take it from me, it will make big things happen in your life. It did for me, and it's never failed in anyone that I have recommended this book and has told me they actually read it and implemented what Dr. Schwartz teaches us, including here in Chapter 7 on managing your environment. Today, we're talking about the fact that we are a poison-conscious nation, body poison. That is, every restaurateur is on guard against food poisoning, just a couple of cases of it, and his patrons won't come near his place. We've got tons of laws to protect the public against hundreds of body poisons. We should put poisons on the top shelf so the kids can't reach them. We go to any extreme to avoid body poisoning, and it's a good thing that we do. But there is another type of poison, perhaps a little more insidious, thought poison, commonly called gossip. Thought poison differs from body poison in two ways. Number one, it affects the mind, not the body. And number two, it is more subtle. The person being poisoned usually doesn't know it. Thought poison is subtle, but it accomplishes big things. It reduces the size of our thinking by forcing us to concentrate on petty, unimportant things. It warps and twists our thinking about people because it's based on a distortion of facts, and it creates a guilt feeling in us that shows through when we meet the person we have gossiped about. Thought poison is 0% right thinking. It is 100% wrong thinking. Conversation is a big part of our psychological environment. Some conversation is healthy. It encourages you. It makes you feel like you're taking a walk in the warm sunshine of a spring day. Some conversation makes you feel like a winner. But other conversation is more like walking through a poisonous radioactive cloud. It chokes you, it makes you feel ill, it turns you into a loser. Gossip is just negative conversation about people, and the victim of thought poison begins to think he enjoys it. He seems to get a form of poisoned joy from talking negatively about others, not knowing that to successful people he is becoming increasingly unlikable and unreliable. One of these thought poison addicts walked into a conversation some friends and I were having about Benjamin Franklin. This was written 60 years ago. See if it also pertains to a more recent political figure. See what you think. As soon as Mr. Killjoy learned the topic of our chat, he came through with choice bits about Franklin's personal life in a negative way. Perhaps it's true that Franklin was a character in some ways, and he might have made the scandal magazines had they been around in the 18th century. But the point is, Benjamin Franklin's personal life had no bearing on the discussion at hand. And I couldn't help being glad that we weren't discussing somebody whom we knew intimately. Sound familiar? Mean tweets? Talk about people, yes, but stay on the positive side. And that is what Dr. David J. Schwartz has to teach us today on Foundational Friday, the 13th of May, 2022, from his fantastic foundational classic book. Highly recommend you get your copy, The Magic of Thinking Big. That'll do it for today. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you tomorrow on Social Media Saturday. What's going on in the social media world? I'll have something to say about somebody who's grabbing a lot of attention and looking to possibly grab a lot of power in the social media world. Who could that be? Catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.